guys, here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. Today we're going to talk about the fusion because, well, it kicks off today, and I know a lot of you guys are probably going to make that decision. Do I put everything in my life on pause and go for this fusion inside Raid Shadow Legends, or do I pass on this one and save my time and resources? So I wanted to really take two different kind of opinions and videos on this champion. I'm not going to play the videos, especially not in their entirety, but I saw that some content creators are saying, yes, I love this fusion, one of the best of the year, and others are saying one of the worst of the year, easy pass. And I wanted to kind of speculate on both of those opinions and give my own in today's video. Hopefully that will help inform you guys on whether you're going to go for this bear, Bambus. But first, I was talking to my thumbnail artist. He's free to play, as you guys already know. He is going for the fusion, and I thought I would share his strategy with you guys. So he says, my fusion plan, as always, and he kind of has it kind of color-coded, so I thought it might help low spenders or no spenders out there. Yellow is energy stress, pink is summons, red is training with Bruise, dotted equals energy. This dude is like, he's gone hardcore. I love it. Green is dungeon divers overlapping with dungeons, and gray is skippable if I go for the summon rush epic. Okay, so a very nice kind of robust plan outlined here, and I'll try to make it as big. I don't know. Let me get it in a let me get it. Is that better for you guys to see? But that is his plan. You guys might want to go ahead and screenshot that and copy that if you're going for this fusion yourselves. So guys, let's go ahead and get into this dude quickly. Bambus Fourleaf. I'm sure the majority of you, hey, there's one review on this dude. Ooh, they like him. They like him. Okay. I'm sure a lot of you already are familiar with the kit because I feel like every content creator has made videos on this dude, but really quickly to go through, it's very unique, right? This is a setup intensive champion, and I feel like he can be incredibly underrated out the gate, and I'm tipping my hand a little bit on how I feel about him, right? I feel like he can be underrated if you don't focus on a few kind of niche things, such as where he is in the rotation and the type of gear sets that you put on this champion. So Bamboo Splinter on his A1 attacks one enemy with a decreased speed. Attack all enemies if the initial target is under 2 or more debuffs. The attack has a 40, make it 50, 65% chance of placing a decreased speed for 2 turns, 70 with a sniper mastery. Then places sleep debuff on this champion for 1 turn, and it cannot be blocked or resisted. So he's putting himself to sleep every single move that he has in his kit. On Grove Tender, it's a 4-turn cooldown. A lot of people knocking that it's not a 3-turn. It is a powerful ability, though. He has a shield, 20% of their max HP for 2 turns, increase the duration of buffs on allies. Very good ability here. After attacking, 100% chance really needs to be booked for this, decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn, even if the attack lands a weak hit. Also increases the value of shield buffs on allies by 2% for each enemy buff that has its duration decreased by this skill. This will not, supercharge a corpulent cadaver in the same way that Brogni will. Scratch, one of the creators who we'll talk about in today's video, actually did a good video on the test server demonstrating that. I'll have both those videos of Nub and Scratch for you guys to go ahead and check out, and I recommend that you guys do in the description of this video. Then he's got the sleep on the A2, and then Dream Sight. 5-turn cooldown here on Dream Sight. Targets an enemy. First place is increase accuracy, increase attack on all allies for 2 turns. So already he's got some Yoshi built into him. Basically the best bomb setup champion in the game, having both of these buffs. So he joins that crew if you want to run a bomb team. Obviously Bambus, plus his base speed 110, really solid there, right? Could actually be a great go first in the arena. Moreover, he's the first champion that can place Enfeeble in the game, okay? So it's a 100% chance win booked of Enfeeble on the target for 2 turns. The Enfeeble debuff cannot be placed on bosses. Also has a 100% chance of placing a decreased accuracy on all enemies for 2 turns. And then the sleep. So, how do we feel about this ability? Well, increase accuracy, increase attack, and decrease accuracy are tremendous buffs / debuffs. Furthermore, in the arena, especially live arena, it'll be very interesting to see Enfeeble, right? Enfeeble, what it does is simple enough. It's not even in the game, this debuff right now, but it is on hellhades.com. Enfeeble champions under this debuff can only place weak hits. There you go. Simple enough, right? So that's a very interesting kind of, part of one of the interesting mechanics that will work in the arena. But it really all comes together in the Sleeping Sage ability on his passive. Passive effect has a 50% chance of transferring any debuffs placed on any ally to this champion when they're under a sleep debuff, okay? Will not transfer the CC debuffs. Again, 50% chance of transferring any debuffs placed on any ally to this champion when he's under a sleep debuff. At the start of this champion's turn, he's removing the sleeps, and then the active effect is transfers all debuffs from this champion to the enemy with the highest resistance if a sleep debuff was removed from this champion by this champion's passive skill, and this effect cannot be resisted. Whew! That's a mouthful. I said I wouldn't go over the entire kit in detail, and then I did just that, didn't I, guys? I apologize. But hey, now we have a good, firm understanding of what this champion can do. Increase HP in all battles by 25%. So Nub goes in there, and he says, I love this fusion. Bambus Fourleaf Test Server Showcase. And what I absolutely love about what Nub did here is he put him in he talks about 2 or 3 gear sets that are perfect, right? So when he counterattacks, okay, he's still placing the sleep on himself. This is instrumental to his kit, guys. It's instrumental to getting the most out of this champion. This champion was made for all these kind of unorthodox gear sets that, got balanced. Some of them a little bit better, some of them a little bit worse, some of them somewhere in the middle, right? So let's take a quick look at like the 3 or 4 viable gear sets, and they're in really every dungeon, right? So in Dragon's Lair, we have Avenging, arguably the best gear set for this champion, right? Avenging and Retaliation, like a 4-piece and a 2-piece. 45% chance to counterattack when a debuff is placed on the wearer. Well, hell yeah, man. That's for obvious reasons. That's going to be amazing on this champion, right? If you're not running him in Avenging, I might argue he's not worth going for. You're going to be pretty underwhelmed with this champion, I think. But if you are, I think he's a really cool champion. I'm going to be going for him. I'm going for him. Frenzy, 5% turn meter for each debuff received. Okay, this could be, a use case for Frenzy again, However, I will say, and you should 100% go watch Nub's video because he nailed this build. He really did. Great showcase. If you want more from this, on this champion, definitely check it out. But I will say that, guys, that you can get so much more from this champion if he's late in the rotation and if he's in one of these sets. If not, you're probably going to be underwhelmed. The last one is obviously Retaliation, right? 15% chance to counterattack when hit. We want him to counterattack. Again, obviously in Hydra, he has the AoE potential on the counterattack as well. But more importantly, he's putting himself to sleep again, and he's going to have the ability to soak up and transfer all of those debuffs, okay? So those are some amazing, and revenge accessories, right? I want to build this dude. When I fuse him, I want to deck him out in all counterattack. I'm going to go Retaliation, I'm going to go Avenging, and I'm going to go Revenge accessories, and I'm going to have some fun with this dude. Obviously, you can use him in Dragon as a throw the debuffs back type champion. In Hydra, I mean, again, I'm not going to play because I want you guys to go watch it, but you can see Dragon Hard 10 in Nub. Obviously, Bambus just doing a great job, talking kind of like a Stultus Dragonbane or a Jingwan or a Yameko in terms of that transfer potential, especially if you don't have those champions for Dragon. I would go for him just for that reason. You can see the build here, Perception and Avenging, and again, he absolutely nailed it. Again, when it comes to Hydra, man, this dude actually tore it up, man. He's going to be really, I think he's going to be really solid for Hydra. Just absolutely, Nub gets like giddy about it, right? But just absolutely transferring all of this crap. You can see all the debuffs on these dragons. And again, he's going to be putting himself to sleep. He's going to be soaking him up, sending him right back. Can really add up the damage there. You can probably tell that I'm actually a little bit more excited. And to be fair too, in Scratch's video, which I will get to in just a moment here, Scratch, I think he was saying that a lot of players are saying he's the worst fusion of the year, and he necessarily wasn't saying that he thought he was the worst fusion of the entire year. But I will say that even you add the arena potential to him as well, right? You add him to the arena, and I mean, you're looking at a champion who can run Enfeeble. Interesting polymorph ramifications as well to this champion, so there's a lot. Scratch ran him in Regeneration in his build. And frankly, in Regen, he just wasn't that amazing. He didn't really execute on his full potential. If we go to some of the comments on these videos as well, kind of want to end with some of the community's take on this, right? The number one comment was, I like this champion. He's going to save me a lot of resources during the fusion. So obviously some people, 70 people upvoted that, right? Some people just not a massive fan at all of this champion. The problem with him is extremely micro intensive. Your build and team composition has to be perfect for him. Thank you for the showcase. I feel like he would need Relentless or Immortal or Defiant set. Interesting. Nub showcase him in Avenging. It worked really well for Dragon Hard. Or you can have a counterattack champ with him. Just use him since counterattacks will also put him to sleep. The Avenging set seems to unlock his full potential. I'm telling you, if you can actually do a fusion at today's Plarium, you probably don't need this champ. Okay, maybe a fair point there. Maybe a fair point. Order is also important. We talked about this. If the Panda is at the back, he's more likely to protect your team. I think Nub probably nailed the build. Again, these are important points here, right? In recent events, blah, 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 blah. Anything else here? Build him in Avenging gear. Try Dragon Heart again. When he counterattacks, put himself to sleep. Pair him with Cornelia. Have her just be a little bit faster. So I'm going to say, listen, my thoughts are, I think that, you know, when we go into Nub as well, let's see what his top comments are here. Okay, so the number one comment here is there's a cool blessing for him too. Carapace reduces damage taken while under sleep debuff. And then Nub actually responds. He says, considering it seems to be changing the target to him when all allies have debuff attempts made against him, it's possible that Polymorph is super broken on him in the arena. Didn't have the blessing, so couldn't test. Probably I'd rather not support that awful game mechanic. Well, this is an interesting call out here, though. Carapace. Let's go ahead and take a look at it in game. So Carapace, this champion will receive less damage when under stun, freeze, sleep. And this is a rare blessing, by the way. So sleep, he'll receive, if you have him all the way 6-star, 30% less damage. Very interesting. That's a good call out there as well, right? So I think there's a lot of potential in this guy. I think he's worth going for again for the 15th time if you can muster the if you can muster the willpower to go for a fusion in this game. I know I plan on going for him and expect a full play test when I actually get him. Try him out in the teams and let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going for this bear? If not, why? If you are, why? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe there's something. I feel like he's a very interesting, unique, and somewhat maybe niche champion that I feel like honestly there's going to need to be a lot more playtesting to really uncover his untapped and full potential. Maybe that potential is not S tier, is not A tier. Maybe it is, and I don't want to be on the losing end of that, so I gotta have them all. I'm going for the collection here, and hey, if something comes up in real life and I can't fuse them, then so be it, whatever, you know, but what else am I gonna do in this game? I'm already in the end game. I'm gonna go for him, put him in the collection, and see what the dude can do. So expect a guy when he comes out, guys. Let me know how you feel, and as always, take care, guys.